Ralph Sampson was a three-time College Player of the Year and first selection in the 1983 NBA Draft. This draft included players like Byron Scott, Clyde Drexler, and Dale Ellis. Ralph Sampson was arguably the best player in this draft class, and many people believe that Sampson would revolutionize the center position. He's predicted to be the fourth best center behind Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. If you don't know how good Wilt was perceived to have been, then I will tell you. This is the opponent that broke an opponent's toe by simply dunking. This is the opponent that is credited with being one of the strongest players to ever play in the National Basketball Association. He could bench press around 500 pounds during his college days, and this is also the player that throughout his entire career averaged 30.1 points per game and comes second in all-time points per game average, only behind Michael Jordan. This is also the same player that in his matches against Bill Russell averaged 28.7 points per game and 28.7 rebounds per game. With Sampson's size and speed, he was expected to score like Wilt Chamberlain and win championships like Bill Russell. Wilt Chamberlain's the same player that scored 100 points, and Ralph Sampson came to the league with the same pressure that LeBron James had. He was expected to be the best, but his career was plagued with injuries. We should be comparing him with the likes of Kareem, a leading scorer in NBA history. Instead, we compare Ralph Sampson with Yao Ming. There's nothing wrong with Yao Ming. These are two big men that had a lot of potential, and that is the big problem, because these are big men that had a lot of potential, but now they are on the Mount Rushmore of injuries, along with Grant Hill, Derrick Rose, Hardaway, and many other stars that careers ended short because of injuries. As a rookie, Sampson averaged 21 points and 11.1 rebounds, played in the All-Star game, and won the Rookie of the Year award. Players who played in the All-Star game their rookie year went on to be great NBA players. Examples are Bob Pettit, Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and a few others. Players who played in the All-Star game their rookie year didn't have a great career, were often riddled with injuries like Sampson. And as I said before, Grant Hill, Yao Ming, and I'm going to put Blake Griffin in there. We still have to see what's up with Blake Griffin, but I believe that he can turn it around and become a good player, because right now he's pretty mediocre. The following year, the Houston Rockets selected Hakeem Olajuwon, a player who went on to the All-Star game his rookie year, and the combination of Sampson and Olajuwon was believed to be one that would rewrite history for big men. The Rockets made the playoff in Sampson's second season, and he went on to average 22.1 points along with 10.4 rebounds this season. His partner in crime, Hakeem Olajuwon, went on to average 20.6 points and 12 rebounds. They looked like they would be a force for years to come, and in their second year together, Sampson and Hakeem led an upset against the Lakers, who had Kareem, Magic, James Worthy, Byron Scott, just to name a few. They went on to face the Boston Celtics and lose in 6 games in the NBA Finals, and the following year, Sampson hurt his left knee. He rushed his rehab to return to the court, only to re-injure himself again. Sampson's career ended 6 years later in 1992 after only appearing in 10 games for Washington, his final team in the NBA. Ralph Sampson ended his career only averaging 15.4 points and 8.8 rebounds. The question is, what if Ralph Sampson had taken his health seriously and would have created a dominant front court with Hakeem? Well, the immediate answer would be that the Houston Rockets would have went on to beat the Pistons 2 years in a row in the playoffs. And Ralph Sampson would have had the opportunity to win at least a ring, and Hakeem would have won more than 2. The 1987-88 Pistons team included Joe Dumars, Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, and Isaiah Thomas, just to name a few. Note that this Pistons team is prior to the championship year, so the Pistons won their first NBA championship in 1989 season, and they were going to face them in the finals this year in 1988. So the Rockets faced the Mavericks and lost, only able to win 1 game this season in the 1988 postseason. The first game of this series, Hakeem led both teams in points and rebounds. Hakeem ended the game with 34 points and 14 rebounds. And the Rockets starters outscored the Mavericks starters 81-72. The Mavericks had help from their bench, where they had Rory Tarpley, who came off the bench for them and scored 24 points. And they won this game by 10. The score was 120-110. If Sampson would have played this, he would have added an additional 20 points to Hakeem's 34, and this would have been in favor of the Rockets. This was a possible game for the Rockets to have won, but they lost because there was no extra help. Now comes game 2. In this game, Sleepy Floyd and Hakeem combined for 83 points in the victory over the Mavericks. I still believe that the Rockets would defeat the Mavs in this game if Sampson was playing. The next game, the Rockets lost, and it was 93-92. This is a very close game. Yet again, I believe this is an obtainable game, a winnable game, if Ralph was playing. So that would mean that they would have gone on to sweep the Mavericks. And please remember that this is the time where all you need to do in the first round was win 3 games. So they would have went on to face the Denver Nuggets, and the Denver Nuggets had Fat Lever and Alex English. This would have been a difficult series for them, but they would manage to pull it out in 7 games and advance to the conference finals, where they would match up with the Lakers once again. So this time around, they would beat the Lakers yet again, because they had already beaten the Lakers before, and yet again it would be a 7-game series. Sampson would end his career only playing 5 seasons for the Rockets and 9 seasons in the NBA, and partaking in 4 All-Star games. And that's the problem here. It's what if Ralph Sampson never got injured, or what if Ralph Sampson took his rehab seriously? Who knows, but all we can do is think about it. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed. This is Zapsy, and whatever you guys want to see me do next time or talk about next time, please comment it down below or reach out to me on social media. So thank you guys so much for watching, and this is Zapsy, and I'll see you guys in another one.